Mr. Hamill. This is our photo class, April 28th. Um, so we're going to move on. I'm going to look at some of your guys' work today, and we're going to talk about, what next to do with this. We need to start thinking about editing our photos. So the first thing we're going to do is, cut down from our overall shooting down, to our strongest photos. Um, I'm gonna leave that guy up to you. At this point, it's the end of the year. Rather than me going through all of them and picking them, like you guys should really be able to start doing that by now. I guess what we'll do first is we'll start looking at some photos for critique. I'm gonna let you guys pick the best ones that you've been doing, but like I said, let's look. Um, okay, so start off with Evan. I want to say you guys have been doing fantastic as far as labeling everything, uploading. I'd say this class, period one, out of all of my classes, you are the class that is the most on top of turning in your work and getting it done. I really, really, really appreciate it. Great, great job. So we've got the dog, and we got a couple different dog photos, right? So let's see if we can drag this over. Good. And what I usually will do in this kind of situation is I'll just put them all next to each other. So like right off, I can say Rudy in the middle. I don't like this. I think it's too blurry, out of focus. Um, this is nice. This is nice. Unfortunately, we can't see as much of the lick as maybe we would have wanted to. Maybe if the camera angle was under like here up, right, and it was more of like a POV type of shot, that might have worked a little bit better. I don't know. Very sharp though. I like that. My favorite one of the bunch is this one. I think there's some real emotion here with the dog. Definitely see it in the eyes. Yeah, so that's the one I would pick. We have the gear shot here. I like the lines with the boxes. Very, very nice. Just make sure, I think this would be a stronger photo if it was slightly back so that we got the top of this right here. This flowers or whatever those are. The flash is totally fine too, if that's flash. I think it's flash. All right. And like I said, I'm not going to, commit on whether these are Evan's best or not. I want you guys to start picking those out. And yeah. Okay. Here's Sarah. Sarah's got the lizard, right? We got some nature shots. Both of them I think, look pretty nice. The lizard, I think I would have liked it. I know it'd be tough to do, but if you could have gotten a little closer, it would have worked a little better. Might have been tough. I know the lizard would probably move. This one I think is pretty nice. We've got framing, right? We've got these geometric shapes. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, ocean. So it looks like ocean is 100% using like a webcam or a cell phone or something like that. That's okay. We're going to use whatever we can use, but you can see we've got like this pixelation and stuff like this. If you are using a camera that is doing this to you, you want there to be less of a dynamic range between the darks and the lights. So you want your photo to have more of one type of light, not like lots of lights and darks. So that'll get rid of some of this. It's especially bad in the darks. I must say though, good idea for your photos. Definitely good idea. These work so much better as a sequence than they do individually. Absolutely. So I know that I said do 5, but if you can do more, there's no that I mean that's great. That would absolutely help, especially this. Now, maybe it's how dark this is from behind here. I don't know. When we get into editing, you can try to lighten this up and see if it works. I do like the idea of I guess that's Snapchat next to the work, like the distraction. And I do like it that it's even brighter, like the distraction is brighter than the work. But I think it's too dark. So maybe you could try to lighten it up with curves or something like that. I think that's the idea you're going for here as well. I think I like this one better. Good idea with this. The focus just isn't right. It just isn't right. It should be here, I think, instead of over here. So maybe try again. Just focus. Great job. Yeah, I ran into Ocean at the Publix the other day. I think this is a great idea. Maybe even like a self-portrait when you're all dressed up, ready to go, like with the mask and the gloves and everything, because I think that that could be a really powerful statement. Somehow Sarah's got mixed over here. Don't really know how. Man, Sarah's yours are all mixed up. Okay. I think there's only two more of Sarah, so let me just go ahead and check these out. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag this over. There we go. So Sarah. Okay, that is fantastic, Sarah. Excellent, excellent shot. Um, Absolutely, I would use that one. You know, uh, I know you had the dad in the pool as well. This one is really, really good. It's a little blue. Might try to retouch that. Okay. Upside down table. Great idea. You're too far away. Okay. I think that you could have the upside down table and the empty parking lot because that's the shot. That's the idea. But you're too far away. Maybe turn it landscape, right? Get it that way. Excellent shot. Well, let me take that back. Excellent idea for a shot. You just didn't execute it well. If you can get back to wherever this is and get the shot again, I would just turn it landscape, get closer to the table, bend down, try it. All right. Brianna. So, plants. Oh, perfect. This one's not really doing it for me. Um, I don't know. Just looks like a tree. This one, though, I really feel the serenity, the peacefulness. Um, you know, nature, life is still occurring even though we're all stuck at home. This one's great. So, I feel like this one and this one, let's see if we can put them next to each other. Okay. So this is to me is a better version of this, but there's still neither one is really doing it for me. Like to me, kind of like the flowers coming out of the top of the tree are the strongest point, but they've been chopped off. It's like we've got all this growth, and then the flowers, springtime, new life, but it's not really the focal point. The focal point is here in the center, and there's nothing here. It's just brush. So I would shoot this again maybe with the foreground being some of this brush and then have all the brush lead you into the new growth, the flowers, right? That might work a lot better than just this off center kind of like crooked, see like the horizon, it's like crooked. I just think you need more thought in this. This one though, nice. You see how straight the horizon is. All right. Matthew. Let me make sure I got all his together. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, what I wanted to really see from the birthday in quarantine is I wanted to see more emotion, either, like family together. Like, let's really see these packages being opened. This is like just behind the shoulder, like something's getting opened. No, like let's see the emotion that's coming from doing this. Is this person happy? I guess this is your mom, maybe. Is she happy? Is it exciting or is it just like whatever? Are those pancakes? I can't really tell what those are. A cake. It's a cake. See, this is what I'm saying. It's a cake. This shot should be head on, straight forward, not from behind like this. It's just we can't really tell what's going on. Much nicer. We can see the dog is happy. And Matthew, I'm not really sure what's going on with this. This looks like it was shot raw. It looks like it was shot with a Nikon camera. Why is it so pixelated? What is going on? Do you have the ISO all the way up as high as it goes? Because that's kind of what it looks like. It shouldn't be that dark. If it is, turn some lights on. Use the flash. This looks like a cell phone photo, and it really shouldn't because I'm pretty sure this is your Nikon. But I love the emotion from the dog. Good. I like this. I like the cookie, the jelly, right? Again, the quality of the image is killing you here. You need more light, turn that ISO down, okay? It just needs to be more bright in this room, I guess. If it's really that dark that you have to shoot at like 6400 or whatever this is. Let me see if I can get some of the metadata on this. Let's see if we can figure this out. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Nikon 3200. Yeah, I could tell. Excellent composition though, Matthew. Excellent composition. Like, guys, you want to start thinking about this in terms of series, right? So like this and the dog, right, along with other aspects of Matthew's house, to like since we're all stuck at home, could absolutely work together as a series. Now, if they all have this kind of grainy, blurry feel, then that can really, really help add to the overall like connectivity between the images. That and your sequencing, which we'll talk about later. That could really work for sure. This one, on the other hand, it's just not a very strong image. I would toss this. I liked the idea of the quarantine birthday, but this is bad. All right, Hannah. Good. That's a fantastic idea, Hannah. Keep that up. I like that a lot. Great, great, great. It's a little gimmicky because you're like screaming at us what it's about, but I think again, as part of like a sequence, it really, really could work. Very nice. Oh, text message. All right. Oh, what do we got here? The last something will my prom. Okay. I picked this one because I liked the lines. I like that you split it into thirds. Okay. Everything is straight. We have this leading line. The problem is that for me, I think this is where I want to see, and the lines are leading me here. I would try taking this again, reframing it in some way, maybe less up here, more in here. You got to remember, the first things people look at when they see a photo are faces and words. I can't really see either here, so I'm just not exactly sure what I'm looking at. I think that there's a lot of potential. If this is the wall in your room or something, there's a lot of potential to make a really cool image out of this. You just need to work on your framing. You really did put some thought into the lines, but do it again and think, what is the focal point? What is it I want the person viewing this to see first? Okay, what is it that I want their eye to be drawn to? And rearrange your composition and your lines to point that out. To me, it's this text. I want to know what this says, and I can't realize. I just see last will my prom. I think I need to see a little bit more of it somehow. Too far away. The backpack in the street. I know we're trying this for a second time. Too far away. You were too close before, now you're too far away, but you did pay excellent attention to the lines. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this could work like this in a sequence of other images. I'm not sure. But my initial thought is too far away. But Hannah, I want to commend you on all the images I'm seeing. You are paying a lot of attention to the lines. I think you just now need to start thinking about focal point. Like, what is it that I want the lines to be leading the eye to? And the tree. I don't know. This one doesn't do it for me like the other two. I think this one is great. I think these two are near misses. Like they are almost there, and I don't get this one. I don't understand this one. Okay, so let's start talking about editing. All right, I am going to see if I can open this one up. All right, and your editing is no different. So as we are going through this assignment, you guys know how we've edited all year. It's the same thing. What I want you to do is to start thinking about why you're making the choices you're making, right? So I don't know. Maybe I want to give this one some sort of vignette, right? I'm going to use Photoshop for editing in our class. However, if you cannot get Photoshop, there are other assignments. There are other programs that perhaps work for you, right? I said May 8th, turn in 5 PSD files. And I'll explain the Notepad document in another video because this one is getting long. So don't worry about the Notepad stuff. I will explain that coming up later. It's easy. It's easy. I just want you to start thinking about your edits. And since we can't speak to one another, writing is how we're going to do that. Okay. If you can't edit in Photoshop, whatever you're editing in, after you're done, go to Photopea and save your file as a PSD. That way, you can upload it as a PSD to me. Okay. Otherwise, I don't know whose I've got. Whose is whose. So, if you're on your phone, one that I would use is Snapseed. That's a good one. It's a good one. In fact, I'll put it right here. You know, if you are editing on your phone, try Snapseed. It's made by Google. It's pretty good. Maybe I'll try to make a video in the future showing you some of the stuff you can do on it. The problem is layers. The layers are kind of wonky. They're sort of there, but they're kind of wonky. So I would use Photoshop if you can. That's the best one. Okay. So let's look at this. Let's say we want to do a vignette, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and, I haven't done this in a while, a vignette. So we'll see if I can, figure it out. There we go. And, we're going to unlock this. We're going to make a mask here, right? And then maybe pull this back on the mask. Well, so I made a selection, right? I'm going to go ahead and invert the selection. So now it's there. And I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer, right? And I'm going to go ahead and fill that layer with black. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the mask now. I didn't really need it. So delete. And then on this up here, I can start pulling the opacity down on it to kind of give it some sort of vignette. And I can also feather this, right? So let's see how I could do that. I think I've screwed this up. The point I'm trying to make here is that I want to move the vignette. Oh, I should be able to just move the layer, right? Let me cancel. I never do vignettes. That's why I should have refreshed my memory on it before recording this. But why can I not? I want to select this layer and move it. There's the move tool. There we go. So what I was thinking you could do, maybe we could do one of the, yes, there we go. Okay. Was some sort of like, not hit you over the head type of spotlight, but some sort of spotlight on this. It would need to be massively feathered. The composition of the picture would need to be different for sure, that sort of thing. But you could try to use a vignette to spotlight a little bit of what you're trying to show, right? Also, let's say I need to do a selection on some of the bottom stuff down here, some of the photos. Actually, let's say I want this photo to really stand out for whatever reason. Maybe this is important to the idea I'm trying to get across. Well, if you select it, right, and then do your levels, you can really pull up, right? Maybe not that much. And then use your brush, zoom in, use your brush, and really like accentuate the details, right, of, here we go, there we go, there we go. See what I mean? This really stands out now against the backdrop. The color, orange, right? So very simple. Let's try to do a, what do I want to do here? Maybe we'll try a color lookup. Let's try that. And let's do let's try Eterna. A little contrasty pop punch to it. And then on top of that, I want to take out some of the yellows. So maybe I'll go ahead and do a selective color. And let's give it some cyan, you know, maybe some blue. There we go, there we go. So you guys can see, right? Before, after. We're gonna start making these really, really, really touched up, nice. Go ahead. I know I said 5 by the end of next week. That's the 8th. That's our goal, okay? As you get finished, if you could, you know, even if you only get 1 or 2 done by the end of the week, which I imagine is going to be most of us, put them up on Portal, because then I'll make a video looking at them and we'll continue this critiquing process. Guys, I can't stress how much I'm impressed with this class. I'm super bummed that we're going to finish this way, because this was the time of the year where we were going to start making series. And you guys are there. You're ready. You're doing it on your own at home. I am very impressed. Keep up the good work. Talk to you guys soon.